What is up? Welcome to Breaking Cardboard, episode 4. Got two great guests today, but before we get to them, we got to take a little house clean, take care of a few people or one person at company that pays the bill. Our great sponsor, SGC.
Experience, quality, consistency, and the quickest turnaround times in the grading industry? We are proud to partner with SGC Grading. Check them out at www.gosgc.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Breaking Cardboard. I am not joined by one guest today, but two, father and son, Griffin Little Griffs. Sports Card Fire is their new YouTube channel where they get to open some packs and share that with the viewers. We're going to do that tonight as well. Big Griff is someone I've known double-digit years through fantasy leagues where I usually finish ahead of them. And obviously Little Griff, Ben, it's Greg and Ben, I've gotten to know in more recent years, and now they both. I've gotten to know them even more since they're in the card space. So enough talking. Let's bring them on to the show.
What's up,
Greg
Newman?
What up?
And listen, morning. Hey, when I scheduled this, believe me, I didn't know the Mets and Yankees series would be the first game of the year. Not looking. You guys are Yankee fans.
Absolutely.
Although I am going to work at Ben. There's a rule. I don't know if your dad knows about this rule, but there's a rule in sports fandom that up until the age around 13 or 14, you can actually change your favorite team. So you live in a city, right, where we have the Syracuse Mets, AAA team of the new. Why not just go all in and be a New York Met fan?
What do you think? What do you say to that, Ben? No chance.
Ask a different person. Double it and give it to the next person.
Yeah.
Well,
hey.
Listen. If your dad Greg wants to change allegiance too, although right now is not the day to ask.
Newman, you may recall that the Syracuse Chiefs were once the Yankees farm club when I was about Ben's age too. So we actually do love the Syracuse Mets. We go to several games, mostly to take our sports cards for the prospects on the other teams and try to get them signed. We got a great one last year, right?
No, we got two of them. We got a Brady House auto, and now we have a Dylan Cruz.
Dylan Cruz too. We got last year. So he's big and up in the majors now, and should be a great prospect, although he hasn't shown too much yet.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, guys. Although not looking good for my Mets at the moment. Matter of fact, so not good that I don't know about. I know you guys probably did. I turned the TV off so I could really just focus on hanging out with you guys. And
well, that's appreciative. What did you want to do, Ben? What did you want to do for the Yankees-Mets game? You wanted to bring your iPad in here.
Oh, yeah, I was going to watch the Yankees-Mets game while doing this.
He's a multitasker.
Listen, if you can multitask at that age, you're one step ahead of us, Ben, and good on you. So, listen, we're going to have some fun. I kind of explained to these guys how the show. I'm going to ask some stuff. We're going to open some packs at random times. I'll kind of stop and we'll alternate. For packs today, I got 2020 Topps update. Not the greatest, I admit. I admit it. And my other pack, which is 2024 Optic football. There's a lot of decent rookies in here. You got your Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Brock Bowers, Bo Nix, and that sort of thing. So, and then you guys got a couple packs too. We're going to wait a little bit. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, we're going to be ripping. We figured you're old school, Newman. So these are the new old school right here. The Heritage Topps 25.
Well, here's a joke. Here's a joke about Heritage that your dad will appreciate, Ben. When you open a pack of Heritage, Ben, you're seeing that design for the first time. When you're your dad's age and my age, you're seeing that for the second time. So there's the joke, right? We saw those cards when they originally came out. You get to see them in that design, today for the first time. So
It's a pretty cool thing, right? I mean, it's cool to see.
I'm not. You know what? People who've listened to my content know I'm not a huge Heritage guy. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it. It's one of my least favorite brands. I don't open usually a ton of it. They've gotten better with one of the things. I'm not a set guy. That's sort of a set collector's product. Nothing wrong with that. Just not my thing now. But they've gotten better putting like some variations and short prints.
No doubt, no doubt.
Those type of hits. So,
well, I'm actually glad we're opening Heritage on your show since you hate them so much.
Well, I don't hate them. It's just it's one of my least favorite brands.
Nice.
Whatever the cards you get through these packs, they come all to me.
Oh yeah,
like that. Is that the writer for appearing on the show?
There it is. That's our fee.
And one more question. What is that? Sure. What is that? That Jackie Robinson graded to?
1.5. This is my Grail card. You never heard of the saying Grail card, Ben?
Holy Grail. The Holy Grail cards. You know, those are the ones that you really.
So here you go.
There it is.
I got that about a couple years ago.
That is really cool. What year is that? 56?
No, it's 48 or 49 leaf, depending on who you talk to. It's labeled 48 leaf, but pundits will tell you that it came out in 1940. It really came out in 1949.
Huh.
So that's my best card, I would say, and my favorite card. And it's been I heard you ask, Ben, like, what did that cost? A lot of money.
Right.
But thankfully, my wife says, thankfully you have a business account, because if that would have came out of like our joint account, I probably wouldn't be married anymore.
You know what we got from a break yesterday?
Just yesterday, we did a break with another local guy here, and it was pulling the Bowman, the Bowman 25s that just came out. And we pulled a 20 of 25, number 20 of 25 auto of, remember the guy's name? He's the Dodgers pitcher from Korea, not Sasaki, the other one. And
I know who you're talking about.
Mang or something like that. It's 3 days, but anyways, we looked at the comps. What are the comps?
It's a number to 25, 20 of 25 orange autograph, and it's 280 to 420 something.
Yeah, so that's a good hit from a break.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, you won't kick that one out of bed, as I like to say, guys.
We love it. We love it.
So let me ask you this. I'll start with I'm going to start with Dad here and Greg. When you were Ben's age, did you collect cards?
Absolutely, Newman. It was the thing I did. I loved it. I used to run down to ask my parents for $10, so that I could buy it with $10 back when I was 10 years old or 8 years old. I could buy a whole box of tops, primarily tops, and then of course growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, all the junk wax years, but I didn't know they were junk wax back then. They were great. I mean, I enjoyed, the Diamond Kings and the Upper Decks, and I used to put together sets. And here's a little story, Newman. I kept those cards all the way. I took them everywhere, and I got pretty good at it when I was young, right? In collecting, and then realizing that there might be some worth to this. So I was buying all my friends' collections for like $20. Hey, your brother have cards here? I'll give you $20 for them. Getting all sorts of great cards, right? And putting them in sleeves and putting them in books back then. You put them in the big books. And I carried them around with me until about 4 years before Ben was born. It's the biggest regret I never knew I would have because I had this huge collection. What? Yeah, so about 4 years before Ben was born, I didn't know he was going to be born, right? I didn't know I was going to have another kid. And guy came up.
So
I had some cards out of the garage sale. He said, hey, you got – yeah, about 2011, right? I had a garage sale. Guy said, hey, do you have more cards? I said, yeah, I have a whole bunch. He gave me $2,000 for them, and they're probably, they were probably worth 20 grand, but what was I going to do with them? I carried them around for, 42 years, and I'm like, hey, 2 grand sounds pretty good. So I took the money and run, and then, years later, I have Ben, and so we just started. When did we start collecting, Ben? Because this has been a recent thing for cards, right?
So we started collecting December of 2023.
2023, December.
And we got like 3,000 cards in like 7 months.
3,000. I bet you we have 20,000 cards now.
He's charting all the numbers. He's like analytical. He's like,
oh, he is.
Yeah,
he is.
We had 25% growth in our first month of collecting, but we can do better. We got to have a better 2025, or I'm gonna have to fire my dad.
We like to call it right now it's all investment capital. It's going into it, to try to build up the ultimate payoff at the end. But I don't know. We have been pretty obsessed with it, haven't we, buddy?
Today I had a baseball game like an hour ago, but I lost. But I was pitching through like 3 innings, and tell them what I did.
You struck out 5.
Struck out 5.
And
I let up 2 hits and 1 walk.
1 walk.
And 1 run.
Newman, this is
You didn't give up any home runs, right?
No.
You know what you do, right? Let me listen. You're talking to a baseball guy. I played baseball all up until high school. I still play softball. I think, Greg, you know that. You know what you do? Like if anyone ever does hit a home run, right, and they come up again the next at bat, you know what happens, right?
Slam him in the back.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, don't be doing
I'm
that.
I'm not saying I did that, but I'm not saying I didn't do that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He's a southpaw, Newman, who at 9 years old is throwing the ball pretty hard too.
Like 45.
Yeah, and so he might be my little meal ticket, if I keep on grooming him in just the right way.
People might buy into breaks and be pulling Ben Griffin rookie cards.
That's right.
Like it's
right. Can't wait. You
never. Well, how old are you? 10? Are you 10?
9.
9. So maybe in 10 years, right? We'll be pulling Ben Griffins.
Yeah.
And whatever team drafts you, they're going to cost more in that breaks because people are trying to get.
In the 2035 Bowman class, they're going to pull me.
There it is. You heard it here.
There it is.
You heard it here first. Quick little aside, Jason Grilly, who I'm sure your dad's heard of, Ben, who played in the big leagues, predominantly for the Pirates, but not just for them. When I had my card store in the village of Liverpool, he was a Beeville kid, but he would come in the store and buy cards from me. And here, years later, he would be on them. And I just thought that was pretty.
That's really cool. Who was the other one? Andy Van Slyke, too. Remember Andy Van Slyke?
New Hartford.
Yeah. He was
Mel Hall from Port Byron.
Mel Hall.
I played high school baseball with a kid named John Ratliff who got a cup of coffee with the Chicago Cubs and Oakland A's.
Where'd you play high school?
Liverpool. Liverpool.
What year did you graduate high school? Can I ask?
1990. So
you might have been on. I was West Genesee, and I played. But I graduated in '87. So
Yeah, no, I don't think it was close, but I don't think we. Yeah, you're older than me. I thought I might have had you by a couple years, so I was wrong on that. But
of course, West Jenny. West Jenny. We had the unheralded baseball team because all the good athletes played lacrosse, So
yeah, that's tough. Sometimes when you're in school and you're known for one sport, the other sports kind of take it on the chin and they don't focus on that as much. For you, Ben, when did you? I know you said you're 9. What was it when you first knew about? How did this all start for you?
Baseball cards.
Baseball cards. No, just starting baseball actually.
Playing baseball, right?
Just playing it, and you're like,
I've
hey,
been
they make
playing
cards.
I've been playing baseball since I was like 4 or 5.
So
Yep.
you're a grizzled veteran at this point. You're probably doing chew and spitting it out and
Dad has one in right now.
telling the manager where you want to bat in the lineup.
Bad habits. Don't start. Don't ever start.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm kidding.
You know.
Do big league chew. You can do big league chew. There you go. But,
so John, we started. After he's born and everything, we started with Pokemon cards actually because he's into Pokemon. We were into Pokemon Go, and we collected those for a while. But as he got into baseball and organized soccer and everything, I was always watching baseball games, football, basketball. I love sports. So, and once he turned the corner at about 7 years old, where he went from kind of playing a couple sports and not really watching to being all in. And we went to a couple Yankee games when he was your first Yankee game was what? I think he was 5 years old. He doesn't even remember it. It was 106 degrees out that day, and we were sitting up in the left field. Oh, it was tough, but they won that game. And then we've been to a couple games every year since. And
they've lost every single year.
Yeah, we've lost every game. Ben might be he might be a jinx.
You're bad luck, Ben. But listen, bad luck, Ben. You could be a garbage pail kid in the tops, like the tops are doing the garbage pail kids again.
Tops of 35. The top.
Yeah, you can. No, let's have it now. They should have a bad luck, and I mean this in the best possible way. They should have a bad luck Ben card with you wearing a Yankee cap, sitting in like the new Yankee Stadium, and that's the card. How cool would that be?
Card. That would be pretty cool. We collect the garbage. We collect the GPK cards.
Those I'm old enough. Those I was collecting those as a kid when they were the originals.
The bad luck Mets. Bad luck Mets.
Today it's the bad luck Mets. See, you should have went to the game so we could have won today. as a Mets fan.
Right?
We could have rescheduled this to another Friday.
Hey, just out of curiosity, did they do baseball card GPK cards back in the day?
No, I mean I don't even have mine anymore. If I remember right, there might have been like one of the characters with a baseball cap. You know what I mean? But they didn't have not with actual players, like real players. They had characters that
we love those cards, right, buddy? And we like those. What are the other ones?
Can I show him some of my cards?
Can he show you a couple of cards?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So these are some of the ones we typically. We buy a ton of cards. We participate in breaks every week.
Okay.
So he keeps like 6 or 7 of them, and they rotate in and out.
Yeah.
But,
okay, so I got this die cut Joe Burrow. Oh.
Yeah, die cut Joe
the glare's tricky. Yeah, that's cool. Listen, I'm a Steelers fan, and but I really like Joe Burrow, even though
we gotta these are hard to get. These are the Pokemon Japanese.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yep, I know a little bit about that. Not a lot.
A-Rod patch.
Oh yeah, the 70th anniversary commemorative. Yeah,
we like those.
A Christian Hernandez, graded 9.5 gem min.
Up and coming rookie.
Yeah.
It's not in the
a garbage pail kid Royale Flush.
There you go.
Guess who that is?
Oh,
I can't see.
There it is. Royale Flush.
Guess who?
Who is it?
Guess who it is?
I can't guess. I don't know.
Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby. Oh yeah. Well, he's one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite non-Met guy. So if I have like a favorite non-Met for Bobby Witt Jr.
It's not Aaron Judge.
No. I don't hate it. I don't hate Aaron Judge, but That's not Aaron Judge.
We got a numbered Aaron Judge.
Yeah, there's even we got here.
Yeah.
There you go, Aaron Judge on the
Having
orange.
a great year. Having a
Yeah.
great
We got
year.
a patch Austin Wells.
Yeah, we like Austin Wells too. You know, kind of coming up and through.
We got a patch Junior Caminero.
Yep, and then the
He's pretty good.
No.
oh yeah, there's a good
And
one.
then we got a gem mint or better graded 10 Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
There you go.
those came out of those what are they, stars and
Oh wait,
gems.
Right.
Yeah.
one more card.
One more,
All right.
and then we'll let him get back to his show. He's actually having a show right now, Ben.
That's okay. This is the Ben show right now.
And then a Father's Day patch, Adley Rutschman.
Adley Roy.
Hey, that's a nice one. There you go. Look at that.
We like it.
I like Adley. I like Adley too. He's probably in my mix for maybe having him on fantasy baseball team that beats your dad's fantasy baseball team.
Oh
Greg.
man,
Might play into it. Although he's not having a great year so far, but
just a quick note about your intro there too. Yeah, we have known each other for a lot of years, and those early years, John. I mean, it goes to show you how years just kind of mellow things out. Because I remember the trades. You and I tried to make, or I'd make with someone else, and you would just bust balls like no tomorrow, and I'd give it right back to you. I mean, I think that's probably the way you have every relationship, right, John? They hate you for at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and then the big teddy bear in me. Listen, the name of my fantasy team is the Brooklyn Ballbusters, so I have to live up. I have to live up to the name.
Oh, and you do
every
year.
I'm not, as you know, and I'm not a huge trader. I don't know why. It's just I don't know. I don't know.
You get your team and you pretty much stay put.
Yeah, I'm sort of like the old school Steelers, not making trades and not acting, and just build through the draft and whatnot. So, all right. So I got to ask you, I tell you what, we're 22 minutes in. Let's open one of our packs each. I'll let you guys. You're my guest, so I'll let you do the first rip here.
All right. This is.
Hang on. You're not letting your dad open it? Ben?
Oh no, he's the ripper.
Oh, okay.
I'll be showing, but this is not. Our YouTube channel. This is what we do. We open cards.
Yeah.
We rip open cards and comment. All right, I gotta put my glasses on.
You got this.
Go ahead.
Shush, Dad.
Manny Machado, father and son, big leaguers, Vladdy Guerrero and Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, there's the. You remember those cards? I mean, I like these.
Yeah.
The 76.
Kenley Jansen. This dude.
Yeah.
Who's that?
This dude.
No one, just a rookie card. These are all the base.
One of the best first basemen in the league right now, Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, there's a Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team right now.
Tell you what, he's a lot of years. He's still doing his thing.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens.
He's gonna be
there we
one
go.
of those guys. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, and he's gonna be quiet. Paul
There's
Skeens.
the rookie cup Paul Skeens. We love those.
Brooks Baldwin, he's a good.
Brooks Baldwin, good prospect.
Yeah.
Ryan Weathers, he's on my franchise team in my MLB game, and he's 4-1 with a 2-0.
Yeah. Only on PS. Is Ryan Weathers 4-1? George Kirby, he's pretty solid.
There you go.
Anthony Rizzo.
Rizzo.
Plays for the
All right, get to the good ones.
Something. Jose Soler, Riley Green, Zach Wheeler.
All right, there we go. What's that?
Tyler Madden.
There's a Tyler Madden on the parallel, the silver parallel.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Jorge Soler.
Oh, Jorge Soler.
I got to give you credit, Ben. You say the names better than most adults.
He does. You should have seen the break we watched last night with a guy who doesn't do a lot of baseball breaks. He was butchering every name. Daryl. Yeah, Daryl.
Mike Trout. on the yellow.
There you go.
Oh, Mike Trout on the yellow. That's pretty good.
David Peters.
It's probably a $2,
Nathan
$3 card
Eovaldi.
right there.
Yeah, you gotta stay healthy. I like some Trout.
Is he
He'll be a
healthy?
Hall of Famer. So
right.
far, so good.
He's going to throw out. He's going to go throw something out. Why don't you start ripping too?
All right. So I'll do the bad of the 2 packs first. We'll save the best for last. So 2020 Topps update. I have some older packs, but with Ben being on the show today, I wanted to get a little more current. So I too went and bought these.
All right. Well, Ben, let Ben tell you who the best rookies are in 2020 and those cards you're opening, because it's a pretty slim list.
No.
Yeah, I think that was the list. I think he just said it.
Right.
The list is Kyle Lewis, Jake.
Who's not good anymore.
Nope.
Jake Cronenworth,
Just okay.
Devin Williams,
That might be the best one, and that's kind of scary.
Tony Gosselin, Luis Robert.
Luis Robert.
I like Luis Robert.
He's not
Luis
bad.
Robert.
Dustin May, Key Brian Hayes, Alec Boehm,
Jordan Alvarez, I believe. I think
Ian
Jordan Alvarez.
Anderson,
Jordan Alvarez was 20?
Willie Castro, no.
No.
Ryan,
He's saying no.
No,
He's 20. He's 22. He's 21.
Yeah, your best ones out of that. Well, that's the update too. Would it even have like
Right.
20
Well, let's
Shohei?
find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
Ryan,
That's good.
Ryan Mountcastle, Dustin May, Sean Murphy, Quang Huyen, Kim, Christian Javier,
All right, that's good, buddy.
Tristan Kenzie, Jared Walsh, Jared Karinchak, Dan Dunning, Bobby Dolbeck, Andres Jimenez,
And on. Okay.
Dubon.
I want to paraphrase, I'm in trouble.
Right.
Also, Randy Rosarena.
Oh,
right.
Randy Rosarena, probably the best out of the group.
All right, let's see what we get. Kasugo. I'm going to go through these quick, guys, just because, like you said, Kevin Pillar, Jose Jimenez.
Okay.
Who we got? Trace Thompson, who was actually here for a couple years with the Syracuse Mets.
Yep.
Timo Castro. He's another local guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Where? I forget where. Auburn, New York. Gavin Lux getting a refresh in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Well, he's not a rookie, but Hall of Famer, Albert Pujols.
Like Pujols, yep.
Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler, still pitching pretty
Former
well.
Met. Oh, we do have a numbered card. I see it.
Numbered.
Astros team card. So this card's numbered. It's Junior Guerra from the Diamondbacks, and it's numbered. It looks like 99, I think.
That's pretty good.
Wait.
No, you keep going. He'll check. He's going to check the value of that Cordera.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
Tawan Walker. Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
Jason Castro.
Wait, say that numbered card again?
Zach Davies is the last card. Junior Guerra. Guerra. The number is U81.
All right.
Nothing to write home about, Ben. I have to go to work on Monday.
Hey, this is a good time. This is a good time because Ben has to do a quick shout out right now.
Oh yeah!
All right, let's hear it.
Shout out to Chad because he said he'll give me $1,000 if I say his name. So pay up, Chad.
So pay up, Chad.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're probably gonna get 1,000 Monopoly bucks. knowing Chad and your dad can probably vouch for that as well.
We'll take a Thurman Munson 72.
That was for Dad.
Chad, I've known for Jeepers. Oh, how old am I? Probably almost 35 years now. That's nuts. And he's my setup buddy. So when we do shows, you'll find us next door to each other.
I've probably known Chad for maybe 25
Yeah.
years, as long as I've known
Yeah.
Wheels, you know?
Yeah. So I got to ask you, Ben, come back on screen here for a second, or more than a second. But so you guys talk about your channel. Like, whose idea was it to launch your YouTube channel?
Him.
Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah. So you're not shy, like for a 9-year-old kid. Like when I was 9, we just had like black and white, like small little TVs and stone tablets, Ben. But if there would have been YouTube around when I was 9, I definitely wouldn't be I was a very, very shy kid. People, when I tell that to them now, they're like, no, there's no way in hell.
I'm shaking my head right now, Newman. I can't imagine.
I was super shy, and so if this existed that around that time, you wouldn't have saw me on it. I would have been running the other way. So when I see young folks, boys and girls such as yourself, on YouTube producing content, I'm all the more impressed knowing how I would have been had I been presented the same opportunity, which I wouldn't have taken. Let me ask you this, Ben. You don't get nervous being on screen?
No, I don't really care.
How is that? What do you chalk that up to? How do you?
Me. Yeah, I think Dad is pretty outgoing, and he's kind of caught that bug too.
Yeah.
He handles it up pretty good on screen. In all honesty, John, I mean, what's better than this, right? I mean, this is my boy here. I'm living vicariously through him. I'm reliving my childhood through our love for not only collective baseball, but football, basketball. We love sports, and it's just every time we rip open cards and put it on screen, we want other people to see, because it's an homage, to the wonderful idea of collecting cards. We love it.
And listen, very well said, Greg. And how awesome is that, right? Like you said, I can't even add anything to what you said. And even years from now, when Ben's a young adult, and then more even as he gets older, you can always look back at those videos, probably have a few laughs, and a few more gray hairs maybe on Dad's head as I do.
If I have any hair left, Newman.
Yeah, I got that's going on too. But that's you can't put a price tag on that kind of stuff.
At least I actually have hair.
Well, of course,
enjoy it now. Enjoy it now, Ben.
Yeah,
you'll be looking back at this video too and say, "Remember when I said that? Yeah, look at me now." So when you open packs, like on the air, like who gets them? Like is it Dad's card? Is it Ben's card? What, like, is there ever like disputes of like, but they say possession is 9/10 of the law. How does that work in the Griffin household?
My card.
Every time?
Wait, if it's in my room, it's my card.
And most of the cards are in this room. We pursue the same people. I mean, Ben knows baseball back and forward. He knows all the prospects and everything. So when we're opening cards and he finds a banger, we all know it, because he'll be like,
"No, I'll take the walk. I'll take a walk into the living room and then come right back."
Yep.
And say
that's your react. That's your like tradition when you hit something big.
Yeah.
And
I did see that. I did watch a couple videos, and I'm like, "Where's he going? Like, is he listening to?" I thought, like, is he listening to this on eBay while you're recording? Like, what am I listening to? Like, he can't even wait.
We have just started. We've slowly started to actually sell some of the collection. I mean, because we have our PCs. We collect. Jeters, and we collect. Who else do you love? Judge
Ohtani, Anthony
Volpe.
Ellie De La Cruz, Paul Skeens, Just saying, I have a $100 jersey of Paul.
Those are all terrible players. Do you like anybody good?
Oh, we like Pete Alonso.
Yeah, I like Pete Alonso, but half
There you
the
go.
other team sucks. Except Juan Soto.
Well, listen, Pete Alonso almost wasn't a Met anymore, and then he is. So
Yep, he still is. And Soto's starting to get it going now.
yeah.
He better because he's on our fantasy team. We drafted him as a Yankee last year.
A lot of money the Mets are paying. A lot of money going out of Cohen's vault to that guy. So not my money, thankfully. So
they're gonna have to trade some people next year if they want to have any money for Juan Soto.
Yeah, well, they got to get some pitching. I think we're a pitcher or a pitcher or two away from making a serious.
I'm gonna in one of those videos on YouTube. I'm gonna say, guys, I'm just gonna walk away for a second to just pray to God for the Mets to getting a better pitching staff because
there you go. Well, listen, if it works, I'm all for it. If it works, I'm all for it. Actually, their pitchers are playing well now, but I think they're pitching above their talent level.
If it works, you have to give me $1,000.
There it is.
Monopoly dollars.
Monopoly dollars.
Actually, make that.
No, that's the deal. I'm in.
Make that $20 if that works. Make that 20.
Well, we'll see. Well, listen, if the Mets win the World Series, I'd gladly give you $20.
Make it $2,000, and I'm gonna put it into his bank account
so I can buy more cards.
No, because
you're gonna fund your dad's hobby addiction.
And
the other way around.
Tell me, John. I mean, I don't know how long you've been collecting. Maybe it's all your life, but it's a total obsession, isn't it? I mean, it can be. I will say this: the older I get, I've managed it better. But there was a time period for sure where you live, eat, and sleep it. You know what I mean? I've done better the older I get, but I love it, right? That's why I've done it for 40 years. I don't care what anyone says. You don't do anything for 40 years if you don't love it. You got to. You won't last that long if you don't love it. So you gotta. So now here I am. I started when I was 9 years old, and here I am. I'm 29 now. So I've been doing it for 20 years. You know.
Wait, you mean 80?
I'm probably. Well, here's the sad part, Ben. I'm closer to 80 than I am 20.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
I think you're close.
That's sad to say, but it is true to say. So, what are you going to do, right? Like my dad says, there's only one way to stop getting older, and I don't really like that way. So
right, that way is not the best way either. Right.
Yeah. But yes.
Oh, hey, here's something that we collected.
Bobbleheads.
That's a Mike Piazza bobblehead right there.
There you go. There's a Met Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's gonna show.
Here's a bobblehead you don't have.
Reggie?
No, that's me.
Oh,
I'm a skinnier bobblehead. That's what I love.
Tell you what, if you want to send us a John Newman bobblehead, we'll put it right up next to Piazza.
I gotta be honest with you. This is the only one I got, and there's a story behind this. A fan of my podcast a couple years ago. This is about 4 years old. The podcast itself is 6 years old. So a couple years into the podcast, a fan of mine of the shows emailed me. I'll make this story as short as I can. He emailed me, and he goes, I need a headshot, a real close-up head. He didn't tell me why. He goes, I need a real close-up headshot of you. Love the show. Need a close. And I'm like, this is a weird request. And I said, I can do this, but I really got to ask, like, just because I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. Why? He goes, I know it sounds creepy. I want it to be a surprise. I can't tell you. I'm not some weirdo. Just you got to trust me on this. So I'm like, all right. I took this, leap of faith. I sent them a headshot. You go send one you're fond of that you like it yourself, and in a couple weeks you'll see why I needed it. So I sent it to him, and then a couple weeks later, true to his word, I got a box in the mail with a nice little letter saying, "Hey, love your content. Wanted to do something nice for you." And he had this custom bobblehead made. So he also asked for some of the logos of the show. So if you see my hat, that's a show I do called Hobby Quick Hits, which is just me real quick tackling like one topic.
Nice.
There's my ugly mug. Actually, it's better looking than the real version.
Way better looking than your ugly mug.
For sure. Like, look, let me see. I can't do it. It won't work. And then there's
the best looking thing you have in your room, but because
no, it's definitely not this. It's definitely not this.
Everything else, and including just your face, is like, oh.
Easy there.
Hey, did you enjoy your one appearance on the show? And then you see, I still love you, Ben. And then you see there's one of the Sports Card Nation logos on the shirt. And they even got, like, I even sent the picture. He goes, send me a picture of your favorite shoes. So there's Nike Air Maxes here. And I was wearing these things big time at the time.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, they started to fall apart, so I don't have these anymore. But and then there's another logo on the base there. And I just thought that was a pretty cool thing. And I've gotten, I don't do the show, guys, for obviously free stuff, but I've gotten some crazy stuff. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. So another person, the first anniversary of the show, they had a commemorative bat made with the Sports Card Nation logo.
I love
it as well. So it's crazy. Like, I don't do it for that, but when people do that stuff, it's really, warms the heart. And
it's validating too. That what you're doing is touching people, Yeah,
and that's what I'll say. Even with your YouTube channel, right? You never know how you may be affecting someone or inspiring somebody or making someone's day. And so, and sometimes, those are the people who actually did something. There are others who will enjoy it and just enjoy it. And you might not say anything.
Right.
So you got to keep that. You got to keep that in mind.
We hope that, through our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, and coming very soon, our website too.
Whatnot.
Yeah, and Whatnot too. We're going to start doing some Whatnot claim sales, dollar auctions, things like that. But that we can expand our viewership and maybe touch a few hearts. The father-son bonding thing. The whole
thing. No, that's and that's the thing, Greg. For me, it was how I got into the hobby was through my grandfather and then my dad as well. Like, it was my grandfather and then with my dad who and this is in Brooklyn. And I think 70-80% of the origin stories of how we started the hobby is some family member that gets us, whether it's an uncle, a grandfather, a mom, whoever. It doesn't even matter, because no matter who it is, you'll always remember it and cherish it and appreciate it. And that's the great story. And then that tradition can continue. When you have a family of your own, Ben, your son or daughter, you can introduce the hobby to them and then take all their good cards, like your dad does.
Right.
Actually, up there we got two really nice cards. I'm not gonna get up, but
no, you can just you can talk about it. Yeah.
So we have a Juan Soto rookie card, graded to 10, and then we also have a Victor Wembanyama New York first pitch out of 10.
The baseball Victor Wemby. We collected NBA cards last year, and
both of them are graded to 10.
And you know what? This is probably one of the things that really inspired the first break I ever participated in. Was a random basketball break
where you got basketball. It was football.
Well,
that LeBron.
All right. Well, maybe it was the second one.
The
but I'm talking about so it was a random basketball break where, you paid so much money and you got assigned a team. Well, we happened to get the San Antonio Spurs and pulled pink. Go ahead.
A pink ice to 9 or 10.
No, it wasn't numbered, was it? The pink,
No,
pink ice Wemby.
No,
He's like Tony Reality from Pardon the Interruption, where he corrects Tony Kornheiser.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Wilbon. Like, sorry guys, when you said this, you were wrong.
Right, you're wrong. It was definitely baseball. Yeah, we pulled the LeBron in the first one, I think. But we love it. We love the breaks. We love the thrill of the chase.
Now how about this? Is a couple questions here. One for Ben here alone. Like you're obviously playing Little League Baseball. You have teammates, Ben. Do any of your teammates card collectors? Or not?
Actually, today, when I was sitting out because I had like a reaction to after I pitched, like I had like a bad headache. Gio was one of my teammates. His name is Gio. Was asking about my card collection.
Yeah, we have one kid on our team too. Ben.
Oh
Ben
yeah,
W.
Ben W.
Oh, he has the Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, he's a Josh Allen downtown, and he has
which is a great card, Josh. I'm gonna teach him the ways. I forget who else he had.
Kabooms.
I think both of them are like $1,200 a card.
Wow.
Yeah. But
well, here's the beauty about playing on team sports is you can get your teammates collecting, and then you can wheel and deal and trade and grow the hobby, right? What's the one thing great about the sports card community is that's it. It's a community that can grow even bigger. Right. And then they watch your channel, they can watch your channel as well and tell their friends, and there you go.
Yeah. Ben is we have one other Ben has one other claim to fame in that he's the model for PE Brands.
That's right. I knew about that.
Yep. And so you'll see sports cards in little packs that are put together in all of the Sunoco's and other places, and Ben's faces on every one of those little sports card kiosks, and people can go in
and I knew about that. I remember that now. Ben, what do you think? You think we could be a duo on these ads? Look, I can trim this a little bit so it's a little neater.
You and his bobblehead.
No, you and you.
Me.
Maybe just. Yeah, that would probably be better. We don't want to scare. We don't want to scare people.
I got a trade for you. I got a trade.
We don't want to scare people.
I'll give you the Juan Soto for your whole collection.
Listen, I love that Juan Soto is a New York Met, but I'm going to keep the collection.
How about whatever?
Just for the Jackie.
Jackie.
How about whatever baseball you have back there?
It's all baseball.
Yeah. No, I have other sports actually. You can't see it. It's sort of my chair's blocking it, but that's my rookie graded wall behind me. But my big body's kind of blocking all the way. I'll have to have you over and give you a little my small room studio.
Well, I'll tell you, and vice versa, because this room, I mean, you can see kind of behind us, we have some of the greats on the wall there. There were sketches that I had collected when I was a kid, like 1976, Nolan Ryan, Thurman Munson, and some of the others. I got a couple of Mickey Mantle autographs that my father had gotten me. But this whole room is just an homage to sports, and our collection. Yeah, except for the Simpsons picture over there, but that's cool.
So you mentioned, but you guys buy into breaks. Is that something maybe down the line where do you ever want to run them yourself?
We think so. We have a buddy that we did this break with last night, who's local. Actually, he works with Wheels. He does his social media.
Who?
Daryl.
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. And Daryl has offered to have us on so that Ben can break with him.
There you go. That would be really cool.
It's all just kind of the beginning developmental stages. By the time he's 12, he's going to be an old pro.
Yeah, he'll be past his prime. He'll have to retire.
Right, flash in the pan.
All right, so let me. I think you're ready to open your next pack, is what I'm gathering here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go ahead. Let it rip.
What is this one? Tell him.
Oh wait, I actually.
No, we're not gonna. No, let's just open because we're not gonna open all these packs.
Yeah. Well, you open this one, and I'll open my last one, and then we'll talk for a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right, sounds like a plan, man. This is the 2023. Is it Series 1? Were they Series 1?
I don't know.
Topps update. This is the Topps update 23. Since you did the 20, we'll show you what a real pack looks like.
Mini Pinner,
filled with rookies.
Juan Fen rookie, Eddie Rosario, Jose Alvarado, Dylan Floral, Brewer Hicklin, Matt Strawn.
Nobody.
Braxton Garrett.
Yeah. Hey, Ben, I promised my wife I'd be done on Friday.
Casey Schmidt.
That's those are the
All-Star Jose Ramirez.
I'm kidding with you with what I said.
And then
I'm just busting your check.
And what do we say about
I like Kyle Tucker. I like me some Kyle Tucker. He's on my fantasy team.
Oh, most overrated.
Most underrated player. Jose Ramirez every year.
Yeah, man. I didn't realize, I knew he was good. I'm not naive, but I didn't realize how good he was until I really opened the stat book up and looked at it and holy crap, man.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize the kind of numbers he's putting up.
Yep.
So yeah,
all the same sorts of numbers for sure.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna open. This is at least potential hit wise, this is better than that update pack.
This is my pack.
Right. What are you gonna open for Ben?
Well, let's see what we get here. 2024 Optic. There's only 4 cards, so this will be a quick. This won't take long. I see a rated rookie right on the back.
Give us a good one.
Right, who we got? Let's see. Dexter Lawrence from the Giants. Syracuse player.
Gavin.
Zaire Franklin.
Yep.
All right, we got a hollow. J.C. Horn.
Oh, J.C.
From and another great pack. And then J.C. Latham. So apparently this was the J.C. pack. J.C. Latham and J.C. Horn. Right?
Wow.
Back to back.
What do you call a pack like that?
Bun.
Yeah, that was a bun. That was a Buns Optic pack. That
Bring in the
Bunzinator. Yeah. This could have been a better pack. I was hoping for something better, but that's the fun. You don't know. It's like scratching a lottery ticket. You don't know sometimes.
It's true. That's part of the thrill of the chase, man.
Yep. So guys, this was fun. I don't know about you, but I had fun, and it's all about me. So I don't really know. I'm just I hope you guys had.
We had an absolute ball, and to all, we're so glad that you've made this show what it is so far, and continue to grow it. And
yeah, this is. I try to do, and I try to have people on that, not all talking heads. I'm the talking head, so we don't need too many talking heads, right? So I try to have everyday collectors, and that's what it's all about. And I'm a collector too, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm not.
After we're done, we're about to do a YouTube video.
Yeah,
there you go. Well, speaking of that, listen, before we go here and wrap it up, give out that info so those listening, because this is going to air on regular audio as a podcast. So for those listening, give out where they can find your content, guys.
Absolutely. By all means, go
Here,
and subscribe to to our YouTube channel at Griff's Sports Card Fire. So it's Griff's Sports Card Fire.
All right, for those watching on this YouTube channel, there you go. He's holding that up to the screen, so
you can check it out.
But if you listen, if you search Griffin Little Griff Fire, I'm sure it's going to be one of the first ones.
It'll probably show up.
Subscribe. Yep, subscribe. I've watched some videos. You guys have a lot of fun. That's what it's about, right? Having fun.
It really is,
like,
man.
Like I get it. Pulling a nice big hit. That's fun too. But the hobby's just fun in general. I just opened 2 buns packs, as Ben would say, and I had fun opening the buns.
We did.
So I think
buns.
I'm gonna patent that line.
The buns.
Opening buns.
Awesome, brother. Hey, man.
Well, guys, listen. We'll have to do this again down the line.
We'd love to.
Even though Ben picked on me, I might consider letting him come back on.
Hey, well, we'll give you our signature sign off, which is
that's
ready.
1, 2, 3.
Peace.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.
See you, Johnny.